Are you looking for a set of blade guards for your DJI Mavic Pro to help protect your investment and give you some confidence while you're flying? In this video, I check out the blade guards from freewellgear.com and tell you some pros and cons for using them. Coming up. What's up, guys? Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. My name's Timothy, and on this channel I focus on tech tools and tutorials to help you create the best content for your YouTube channels and productions. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And as you're watching the video, be sure to check out the show notes and links that I've left in the description below. I'm going to link to the products that I'm talking about here, as well as all of the gear that I use to make these videos. You can also find my social media channels there, so you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'd love to connect. Let's talk about blade guards for a second. These are usually plastic pieces that mount to the ends of the arms on your Mavic Pro. They allow you to actually hit things and bump into different surfaces and walls without actually crashing your drone. Now, some people really love these things and they won't fly without them, but there are definitely some disadvantages to using them. I want to cover today why I think that these are necessary in some circumstances, but not every circumstance, and just some general feedback I have about the design. So first of all, I just want to go ahead and say that I think these are a good design for their purpose. They do work really well as far as keeping the blades covered. They do sit right along the outside of the props, and so you can actually run up against a wall with this at fairly decent speeds, and the Mavic Pro just kind of bounces right off of it and recovers. I do think if your drone has some speed, you'll notice that it does tilt down when it flies at faster speeds. So when you're doing that and these are mounted and you were to tilt down and fly, you can see that sometimes, depending on the angle and the speed, the blade could still be exposed if you're going so fast. But if you're going that fast and you crash into something, I don't think blade guards are going to help you anyway. But it is really good for circumstances that just kind of like nudge against walls and things. It's great. It keeps everything nice and stable. As far as the design goes, it is a very lightweight plastic, so they do seem a little brittle. I would be careful with them as you carry them around. If you're using the pouch that came with a Fly More combo from DJI, these are definitely not going to fit in there and really not fit into most of the cases that I've seen for the Mavic Pro. So unless you've got a really large backpack you can throw 4 of these in, you should plan ahead and make sure you have the space to bring them. So when do I think that these things come in handy? I think that especially if you're doing indoor shooting, for example, if you're a real estate photographer and you're looking to fly your drone inside of a home for a walkthrough video, a lot of people do that. I would definitely recommend these because that way you can get really tight, close shots to walls, and you don't have to worry about crashing your drone, and more importantly, you don't have to worry about scratching paint or damaging walls in your client's property. So that's definitely a plus. If you need to fly indoors, then yeah, these are definitely a good purchase and worth it. To be flying around outside, I guess it would be good for buildings and such. Again, if you're flying at any kind of speed, I don't know that I would, trust them, but if you're just flying casually around and you run into a building or something, then, just sort of nudge it, you're good. But if you're running into a tree or a branch, this isn't really going to keep anything from coming up between these, and so I don't know that they are necessary if you're just flying around outside. But if you are looking to add some confidence to yourself, not to have so much stress and worry, maybe it's your first drone and you're really nervous about flying it, then I do think these do add a level of confidence to your flying, knowing that an occasional bump against a flat surface is going to be just fine. Definitely one of the downfalls of these are the size and how they attach to the Mavic Pro. It's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to transform your very portable Mavic Pro into something very bulky, and you completely lose the ability to collapse it. There are 2 parts to these, really 4 parts, because this little piece right here has these little hinges, and they do come off very easily. I wish that these were designed in a way that the brackets would hold on, because I've actually dropped these quite a bit. So that's downfall for me, that these do not just stay permanently in place, but they're the small hinges here. What you have to do for this design is each one of these are matched specifically to a leg on your Mavic Pro. Now they do have numbers written inside of here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, so they're labeled as such, but you're going to have to memorize what leg is what on your Mavic Pro to remember which one's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perhaps you can write it on there somewhere. In order to install these, you do need to remove the Mavic Pro blades, so you're going to do that. Then you're going to take this first piece here, slide it over the top of the motors. It's going to kind of lock into place there, and then the actual guard will come up from the bottom. They'll snap together with small little pegs and inserts, and then you'll just latch it down. So unless you have these number systems down and you know exactly which one goes where, it is going to take you some time to figure out, you know, exactly which of these attach to which arm, and just to get you up and flying. It took me several minutes to put it all together, so if time is an issue, then I definitely recommend you put them on in advance. So like I said, if you're going to be using this in a real estate setting and you're going to be doing work for a client, you know you're going to be doing those shots before you arrive on the property, so you could actually put all of this together and your kit together at home, just stick it in your car, and then show up and have it ready to go. I'm not sure this is the accessory for those that are looking to throw their Mavic Pro in their backpack and just have it available all the time, but if you are one that needs that extra little bit of confidence or safety in the environment that you're flying in, these are great options to protect your investment of your drone and the property that you're flying around. So I do recommend them if you are one of those folks that need this kind of product. So you guys have been asking for a review of these for a while now, so this is the set that I found. Quick shout out to freewellgear.com for sending it my way for review. That brings us to question of the day. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Do you use prop guards? Do you think that they are necessary? When is a good time to be using them? Or do you think that you just don't need them? I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. As always, I hope it's been helpful. I hope that you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.